Yo, what is up, St. Louis? It is time for another STL Hustle Spotlight, and I'm super excited to have this crew coming on today to talk about kicking it for a cause. Listen, man, it's time for us to have some serious dialogue about really turning the hood back into community, and that's what this group is all about. So I can't wait to bring them on and have them share what they have going on and this upcoming town hall meeting. So let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of STL Hustle Spotlight, where we shine our spotlight on people in St. Louis doing amazing things that are not only benefiting themselves, but also the community at large. So y'all know my girl, Vanna. She's been here before. And I'm going to have Vanna come on and introduce her crew and tell us all about kicking it with the cause. Vanna, what's going on, sis?
What's going on, man? I so appreciate you again for having me again and bringing on the crew. Shout out to my crew here. I got Miss Kelly McGowan and Allen AP, and we are bringing our community kicking it for a cause. And I'm gonna let these guys introduce themselves because I just love to let people introduce themselves. That's how I usually do it. So go ahead, y'all.
Let the people know who y'all Kelly first and then Allen. Kelly, who the heck are you?
What's going on, y'all? So I'm your girl, Kelly Ann, Kelly McGee, Kelly McGowan, however you want to put it. And as my mama say, this girl out here trying to save the world. Which is kind of true, but not really. I just want to make sure that everything is better. The world is better for the folks after me. So when we leave this world, we have something we can give that is better and greater to our future generations. So my focus, a lot of my work is around just making sure everyone is healthy and thriving and happy and have safe communities in St. Louis City and North County. So that's pretty much, that sums up what I'm about.
All right, Brother Allen, what's going on, my friend?
What's going on, fam? Hey, everybody, I am Allen Perkins, also known as AP. AP Divine Music is my tag, as you can probably see on my name tag. I am a local community servant, honestly. I serve in ministry and youth ministry at my church, Greater Mount Carmel, but I also serve in community. I'm a local mentor for over, I dare to say 15 years now. Crazy, right? Nice. But I just love community. I love building community. And this is my home. And at the end of the day, we all we got. And so I'm definitely here to, create these connections, meet great people, and share how we can continue to make St. Louis an even better place, because we got a lot of work to do. So I'm like, hey.
That's what I'm here. It sounds like you guys are not afraid of the work, and that's what I love about you. As I was just looking into your stories and some of the things that you guys are posting recently, of course, Vanna had me on the Hood Talks podcast a couple months back, sharing some of my entrepreneurial journeys and some tips for entrepreneurs. But Vanna, talk about why it's so important to create these serious dialogues and have these deep conversations about change in our communities.
Well, for me, I think we try to tell people that, we go around like, you should know. And a lot of people just don't know sometimes. And so I think the best learning thing is to have the conversations, is to talk it out. Even if we may have differences, I think the first step is let's at least talk it out so that we can get an understanding. Maybe sometimes it's agree to disagree, but you can learn something differently by just having dialogue. And I love to talk to other people. I love having these tough conversations because that is a starting point, just to get a different perspective. And so that's kind of what I try to do with the Hood Talks podcast. But that's what we're trying to do for the Kicking It for a Cause. We want, first off, the Black community is diverse in itself, right? People think when you say Black, you're thinking of one particular person of Black people. And it's like, no, we're diverse. We are so diverse. Me and Kelly was talking about this earlier, actually, how she could maybe, appear to one set of Black women and I can to another. But I was like, but we still work together collectively so well. And our differences even make it even more better. So it's like, we're coming together for Kicking It for a Cause. We're going to have fun. We're going to network. We're going to eat because, we love to eat. Food got to be involved. Okay. We're going to eat. We're going to have a nice beverage, and we're gonna have this conversation with a diverse community. And we want the community to come. It's a free event. Come out, come join us in the conversation, but also network, build connections, because that's also a great start, and have some fun. Because we want to put
I love it. So I put the link to the Eventbrite. So go register so they can kind of know how to prepare. They'll know how many people to expect. That is so important, y'all. So go to the Eventbrite link, get yourself registered. Allen, my man, you talked about mentoring kids for over 15 years. I have a soft spot for the babies as well, youth basketball coach and trainer for about 10 years myself, and really just trying to help them to see the world through a different lens and not through the lens that mass media is trying to make them see the world through, which we know affects the decisions that they make based on what they see and how they're influenced. So talk about your involvement in Kicking It for a Cause and why is it so important for you to come out to events like this?
Honestly, man, it's the conversations. I really think that now is our time, you know, and I come from a politically involved family, if you want to say, you know, not politicians, but they understood and they did the politics, you know, and they've, you know, the generation before us has been running it for a very, 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 very long time. But it doesn't start until the younger voices get heard. And so, like, I mean, the only way this next generation is going to even like really have a chance is if we step up and come together and really I want to say take the reins. You know, it's not necessarily like an overall, but like we take the reins and we really like show that, hey, we have this too. But then we take the step further because we gather them too, because that's my thing about it as well, is I really feel like sometimes, you know, our future generation kind of dropped the ball because they didn't really pull us up with them. They told us just sit back and watch them do it. And so I really think, and that's one thing that I love just like about the whole mentoring tip is that, you know, I don't just stop at, you know, pouring into a young person. No, there's a reason why I'm pouring into you, because there's 5 more young guys over there that you got to pour into, you know? And so, so I just think that, you know, the conversations, and so that's another thing too. That's why we want to invite young folks. We want to invite our 18 to 24-year-old crowds, you know, to these spaces as well. We want to give them, you know, the opportunity to share their voice as well, you know? And so, hey, at the end of the day, I really think that a lot of people have a lot of things to say but don't really have the platform to say it. And that's exactly what Kicking It for a Cause, that's exactly what a lot of the Hood Talks podcast, what you got that's exactly what we all here for. You know,
I love it. This weekend I spent Juneteenth weekend in Kansas City with the Black Mastermind group, which is another organization that teaches entrepreneurs how to build profitable, sustainable, scalable, but most importantly, fundable businesses, right? There is financial literacy for you personally, but we are lacking in financial literacy for us from a business standpoint too. And it was so dope to be there. And Dr. George Frazier was the keynote speaker, and he talked about the legacy of the baby boomer generation, right? They have the civil rights movement, they have the Voter Rights Act. And he asked a question for my generation, which is Generation X, what's going to be our legacy? And I'm like, man, I don't know, Doc. We got all of this technology. We got all of these tools. We got all of these resources. Like, what is going to be our legacy? Kelly, talk to me. What do you think our focus should be as this generation moving forward? We have the ability to reach up to that baby boomers generation and get some of that knowledge and wisdom for their struggles in voter rights and civil rights, but we have the ability to reach down to the Generation Y, the millennials, and the generations under them. What should be the focus of our legacy?
Man, these questions. But I think that's so real because we're kind of stuck in the middle a little bit. And I feel like our legacy should be that bridge. We should be that bridge where we are reaching back or up or what have you to understand the lessons learned. You know, what were the successes, but also what were some of the challenges? What were some of the failures? Not again to say, y'all didn't do this, but so we can learn from that so we don't repeat those same failures. And then also, again, we have this other generation that we really need to feed into and nurture and develop, and also provide that space so that they feel comfortable and that they feel valued enough to share their insights and perspectives. And also, I just feel like the solutions are somewhere in there. The solutions, we got to understand what happened in the past, right? We always got to understand where we come from, because history context is extremely important. Again, so we don't repeat the same mistakes again. And also, we need to work with these young people. I'm telling you, these young people got the game and gone, but they just need that space, that platform, and they need to understand that, like, we're here to work together. We're not here to dismiss you because of your age. Let's come together. Your perspective, you are valued, and we can't do this work without you. So I feel like that's our legacy, is just to make sure that we are serving as that bridge so we can develop solutions and implement those solutions to make things better for our community and build.
I love it. You guys are doing amazing work. Thank you guys for giving up your time. Vanna, you want to tell us exactly where this thing is going to be, when it's going to be, and I want you guys to all make sure you shout out your social handles as well, so that people can know how to connect with you individually as well as collectively.
Yes, so we are kicking off our first two June 30th is the first one, but for June and July, they will be at the Exodus on Delmar, the Exodus Art Gallery on Delmar. Doors open at 6:30. We'll do some networking and play some games for a little bit, and then we'll kick off the show at 7 o'clock. Because we do Kicking It for a Cause live once a month every Thursday. We've been doing it, and this is just our first step in taking it in person. And so we'll still be having the show. It'll be airing on the Hood Talks YouTube page and Facebook if you can't join us in person, which we really want you to. So go to Eventbrite, click the link, get your ticket. If you can't come in person on the 30th, definitely make sure you meet us in July, the last Thursday of the month, and then keep up with us on the Hood Talks podcast Facebook page. We'll be letting you know where we're going to have the August and September ones, because we are doing this for 4 months straight throughout the summer. We'll be going live once a month on a Thursday night evening. And again, just come out, y'all. The first one is July 30th. So click the link, go reserve your seat. Make sure you come in. Again, a vibe, music, games. I mean, we got AP, tell them what kind of games we got, because AP is on the game. Okay.
Yo, that's one thing too. We wanted to highlight games for us. I mean, like, honestly, we want to highlight black owned games. So we got things like Celebrity, we got things like Culture Tags. Yo, this is a new game out called Ox God. That one is going to be really fun. So, yo, we got games, and then we got some nostalgic games too for networking things, just some conversation starters. Hey, it's not your average town hall. So don't think this is going to be, people yelling at you. No, we're here for a dialogue and a really good time, honestly.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. And how can they reach you personally, your social media handles?
Yo, personally, you see it right there on the screen at AP Divine Music. So, yo, all things creative, holla at me, at that too, man. So, hit me up.
I love it. Miss Kelly.
Yes.
Where can they reach you?
Yes, folks can reach me at KellyAnn314 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, also YouTube. I attend a lot of the painful meetings to just keep people informed about what's going on in local government and how we can influence that process.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. This is another edition of STL Hustle Spotlight. If you want us to shine our spotlight on something amazing that you are doing, y'all know how the young folks say, slide in a DM, let us know what you got going on, and we'll see if we cannot make some room for you on the platform to share what it is that you have going on as well. So we appreciate you guys all for doing the work and staying consistent and opening up this dialogue so we can affect change in our communities. So that's going to do it for me. Until I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. So hustle up.